Hello, everybody. This is Miss Murphy, and I am just doing a brief demonstration here just to ensure that everybody understands what to do for your 3 compositional sketches. So, as you know, we have started with your essential objects drawing, and you had to last week begin by finding your objects of choice. You also did a practice drawing where you focused on only 2 of them. So now, as we begin this week, before we get into our larger composition and our final composition, I would like you to create 3 compositional sketches. So I mentioned in the assignment that I wanted these sketches, I would like you to do these sketches a little bit larger than you would do a regular thumbnail sketch. The whole point of that was so that you could actually create room for your objects within your sketch. So I asked you to make it at least 4 by 4 approximately. I'm not going to measure it, but I do want to see that it's larger than a small thumbnail sketch, which we normally do about this scale. So even if you just kind of use your hand, making sure that it's about that size, making sure that you can fit a good arrangement within the square that you create for your sketch. So, these are 2 examples that I did very quickly so far, and what I want you to notice about them is that I have the same 3 objects, but they are in a different arrangement, and that is the whole point of what we are doing in this assignment. So it's not just redrawing the same composition over and over, but using a different placement, a different viewpoint, because for your final composition, you are drawing your essential objects from a unique point of view. So you have to make it something interesting other than just you've placed them all down and they're all parallel. So you really got to think about how to play with that a little more. So that means arranging your objects in different ways. So I already played with a few different things. I already arranged it, so I'm going to try one more arrangement. I'm going to turn my glasses upside down there, and you know what? I'm going to move them over here and then just try the radio. I actually like this piece coming out. Maybe this is going to be touching there, and then I have maybe my glasses over here. So I wanted to rearrange that, and now when I look at it, I want to focus in. So you might even want to use your hands for some sighting and go, okay, I'm going to look or use your pencil, or a ruler if you have one. Then you can kind of go, okay, I'm going to draw to this point. Maybe you want to draw on your paper and say, okay, I'm going to look in this. You could even draw on your paper a little square just to kind of, focus in on just those areas. Just visualize that. So I'm going to move this over and I'm going to practice my last sketch here. So I already have tried these ones out. I have my glasses going in the same direction for each of those. And now I'm trying it in a different direction. So I'm going to have my glasses coming in upside down now. And I am not worried about the drawing being absolutely refined because this is a sketch. So I am practicing, I'm planning, and I might go in and, I might just kind of see what it looks like with a little bit of shading and value, but overall, I just want to see an interesting placement of your objects here. And that is the reason why I call it a dynamic composition, because you want it to have something of variety happening. You don't want just, objects that you didn't plan and place down. You want to think about how they're placed and, maybe even think about your light direction, like what direction of light what's going to be really interesting with the shadows that you have. So I'm going to add my paintbrush. It's kind of coming in under here, and keep in mind this is a very, 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 very rough sketch. And, you know, I'm just kind of sighting with my eye, looking carefully. I know that I want this to go off the edge, and one thing you really, really want to try to do with this is try to at least have 2 areas or more where your objects are going off the edge, because then you're eliminating all of that. If I have like this one, I learned from this one, which was my first one, where I thought to myself, okay, that's a lot of negative space up there, and that's not going to take up enough of my drawing. So that's why I'm going to try it this way and see if maybe placing my Bluetooth radio here on the top is going to be a better arrangement for what I'm doing. So that way, when I do my final composition, I'm not just going to be, you know, going into it without a plan. It's good to visualize in your mind, but also, you know, one thing that helps you along the way is sketching it out and planning. So this is how we plan as an artist. We have to sometimes draw out our ideas, so even though we might think about it, we can actually see it on the paper, and then we can assess. I'm just drawing some random crisscross lines here. So far, when I look at all of my compositions, 1, 2, 3, which I did 3, I like this one the most. So now I've come up with what I know I think I want to do. I might change it a little bit. I might zoom in a little bit for my final drawing, but this is essentially why I wanted you to practice 3 different drawings. Sometimes what I do with these sketches is I will just kind of go into some of the edges a little bit. These don't have to be incredibly detailed, but I might just add a little bit to the edges here and there, just so I can really visualize even further. And but there you have it, 1, 2, 3 sketches. I'm going to go back into these with just a little more detail, but now I can really see what each arrangement looks like for my final composition as I plan. And that's it. Thank you.